Good morning, everybody. I hope we're enjoying our day, evening or morning, whichever time it is for you. It's the morning for us here in Western Australia, and the temperature's starting to ramp up now, and so just out protecting everything this morning, trying to cover all the gardens so they don't burn to a crisp, because that's what can happen over here. It's so hot. My name's Amanda DJ, and I'm from Your Soul's Potential, and I'm a healer, and I work with spirit, or spirit works through me. I step to one side and allow spirit to take over, and they heal through my hands. It's so powerful, and my main guide is, I call him White Eagle, and he likes to blow healing smoke in your face because he invites you to the healing fires. And then all the angels come in. Raphael, he likes to deal with cancers and things like that. Ariel, she likes to deal with nature and animals. And Archangel Gabriel, she helps with communication, and she's a very strong healer. She brings the light. But this week we've had Archangel Metatron. He came in through, and he said that he wants everyone to remember. He said, we're moving up to the 5th, and everyone on this planet has the opportunity to turn towards the light, and it's up to you. You can either stay with the 3D, there's no pressure from anyone, but it's a heavier density, and then you'll see out your life in 3D, or you can raise your vibration and move up to the 5th. And he said, remember that all you have to do, if you feel stuck or you feel you can't do it, ask them for help. He said, just ask them. Angels often like to be asked specifically, and so you'll speak to your guardian angel and speak out loud, because it sets the intention, and tell them that you need help, that you want to move to the 5th if that's what you want to do, and that you need their help to do so, and they'll be there in a flash. And believe you me, they never ever fail. They walk beside us every day along with our guides. They're always there. We're never ever alone. But the biggest thing is there, we have to ask for their assistance for them to give it. They can't just give it because we have free will. Unless it's a life or death situation, then they will sort of, get you out of harm's way if it's not in your soul plan to go to the side just yet. And for us, what we can do to assist, because the angels are on higher frequency than we are, so we have to lift our vibration to meet them at least halfway. It's like I was healing a person the other day, and I was started off doing my normal healing, and then they decided they were going to start rocking me, and they were rocking me so hard I thought they were going to actually knock me over, and I just burst out laughing. And the guy said to me, he said, what are you laughing at? Because you asked them to receive and be open to it, close their eyes so he can't see me. And I said, he said, what are you laughing at? I said, the angels wanted to raise my vibration higher, so they've made me laugh, and hence the healing gets more intense. But it was so funny. I swear, if they pushed me any further, I was over. How I managed to stay up at all was beyond me, because it was so ferocious, and that's what they wanted. They wanted me to lift my vibration. So laughter is huge to lift your vibration, because it takes us into that joyous vibration and emotion, and it just lifts our whole body. And just by a simple laughing, so watch comedies or those silly cat videos. I watch them sometimes, and they're great. They're just so funny. And it lifts your vibration, and it makes it easier for them to connect, and just open your heart and allow the love in, and let your love go forth into the universe. And it's as simple as that. And then the biggest thing for us as humans is we've come through to correct karma that we had in previous lives. Is often the fact. The karma's not inflicted on us, we inflict it on ourselves, because we feel we haven't done enough, or we didn't do that right, or whatever. So we come back and do it again. You think, God, you would have learned the first time. But once you're up there in a state of unconditional love, you don't remember these things. You don't remember what pain feels like. So we come back to earth as that soul, and then we're put into a baby, and then all hell breaks loose because our memory is wiped. And you spend your entire life then trying to find your way back to your path so that you can return home back to the light. And it's often can be quite tricky because the obstacles that they put in our way that we agree to for our soul's growth. So it makes it harder, let's say. But if we had been given this information in the beginning, which we've been denied, we would all be in a better state of healing with it. So then the next thing we do as we grow up as children, we're told by our parents, by society, by school, what we should do, and that we should look to everyone else and make sure they're all correct and well and whatever. And then the very person at the very end of the queue is you. And if you've got any NGO, any time left, then you can spend a bit of time with yourself. So it's upside down. It's like the food pyramid is upside down. It's the same with the spiritual pyramid. It's upside down. The first person that you should take care of is yourself and love yourself. And as I said before, if you go within, you just sit somewhere quiet, sit out in your garden, and just relax and push out the thoughts. Bring in your non-thinking mind and just command your mind that this is your time and you don't need your ego, because our egos are there just to protect us, but they do take over. And the other thing the ego does is anything that happens to us as children, it stores it in our memory bank. So if you touched fire, or for instance, as a child, it burnt you, or you felt the heat of it, so your brain takes it on, or your ego takes it on. That's painful, that's dangerous, must keep away, scare them. And they set up this scenario that we're scared of fire. And it builds as the years pass, and it gets more and more intense. And then we've trapped that emotion inside of us. And of course, then the body reaction is that you're not getting rid of it. So I need to try and get rid of it. So I'll cause a pain, or I'll cause an illness or a virus, so that you have to do something and address this problem. But as no one told us that we have to address these problems, how are we supposed to know? So that's why you go within and you spend some time working on your heart. All you have to do, you just sit quietly for a couple of minutes. I do a peace meditation, and it's amazing. And you just sit, and you don't have to worry too much about your thoughts, but it's shanti, 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 and all that means is it's saying peace to my emotional body, my mental body, and my etherical body. And you just sit there and chant it for a couple of minutes, and you will be amazed how it clears your mind. It's just incredible. And then you can start working on your heart, and all you have to do is you say to yourself, I'm opening my heart to start releasing some of these things that I've held on to. And some of the stuff, when you start getting into it, you don't even know you held on to it. I mean, I was shocked by some of the stuff that I held on to from a child, but it's not us that's held on to it, it's our inner child and our ego. And of course, the ego is trying to create fear to keep control of us. So our body is a vehicle to get us from A to B. It's to get us from birth to death, and that's what it's for. It's good if we can experience life in a. It's all about perceptive, how we perceive something. So if we perceive something in a good light, then life becomes easier. But if we see it in a dark light, then life gets harder, because we start going into depressions and things like that, which we don't need to do. We just need to lift our vibration. You can lift your vibration by dancing, and just standing there and swinging around the place. It just frees up your chakras and allows movement in the body. Do whatever you can do. Go for a walk in nature, or just go and sit in your garden and just stop and look at your plants and the vegetables, how they grow, and they just, if you sit there long enough, you can get into the energy of prana, and you can see how it all starts to move. And it'll blow your mind. You just think, wow. And that's when you realize we are not here on our own. We are here with plenty of guidance, that we've been denied that information. So I'm here to tell you that as I said, Metatron has said, ask. They're begging us to ask them. They're dying to help us. That's their role in life, but they're hampered by our free will. So we have to ask your guides. And the other thing you can do, when you're sick and things like that, you can give it to the angels. You can ask them to take it from you, and you'll be amazed how it helps you, your energies and that to release, and the illness to become less. Because when we're ill, we don't understand that A, we've probably agreed to if it's something big, and B, it's something that we've internally pushed to the surface of our body, and because we haven't let go of things, arguments, or how someone treated us or whatever. Who cares? What does it matter? It's history. It took me a long time to learn that, so I shouldn't be so flippant, but it is there to be learned, and to let go. I spend a lot of time, even now, if something crops up, I spend a lot of time singing let it go, because again, A, it lifts your vibration, allows you to get rid of it. And the Ho'oponopono, I cannot stress how simple that is to do, and the effect that you have. So any person or any situation that's upset you, you just, at the end of the day, for instance, you can just go in and do the Ho'oponopono. So it's just 4 simple steps. So you bring up the person that annoyed you. Could be someone cutting you off in traffic. That person, you don't need to know who they are, but it set off a reaction in you. And then you say, so you open your heart to heart, soul to soul, and you say, please forgive me, and please forgive myself for my involvement in that situation. And that would be your anger, for instance. And then next one you say is, I love you. So you love their soul, and you love in your soul by releasing it. So you love. And then the 4th one is you thank them for the lesson, because anything that happens, even people always get annoyed, they get all the red lights. It's because Spirit is trying to slow you down to make you see something, or to help you avoid a situation further along the road. And we've just got to understand that everything that we perceive as bad is not actually bad. It can be to help you in some way, to get you out of a situation that would have created further down the road. So it's very important that we learn to let go of things. And as I said, all they do is clog up our heart and makes the heart chakra's job a lot harder. We need our hearts to be free and clean. So the more work we can do on that, the better. And once you start doing it, things will just come to you. And then at that moment, just in your head, you just say the Ho'oponopono prayer, Hawaiian prayer, and release it and let it go. And that's the end of it. Sometimes some things might come up 2 or 3 times. That's because you haven't released it fully. So just do it again. So anything that pops up into your head, that's your heart saying, deal with this one now, please. And you do. And then you free yourself up so much. And your life just starts to flow more easily. And you can start enjoying life. And it's our decision every morning when we wake up to A, be in gratitude for all that we have, and B, to decide, is today, am I going to be miserable today and depressed, or am I going to be a happy camper and be as happy and joyous as you can? So we make that choice every morning. I have a lot of pain with my back, and that is been pretty wrecked with a couple of accidents. And if you saw the x-rays as to what I can do in a day now, you'd be amazed. And it's because I've let go a lot of it, and the guides and the angels have come in and healed it for me. And I'm so much better than I was 5 years ago. I was in a bad state, but now it's just moving along. I can cope with it every day. I rarely have to take painkillers. I still have to take anti-inflammatories and things like that. That's a bit of a pest, but that's life. We all have little things we have to do that we don't particularly like. And as Metatron said, it's our decision to turn to the light and see and send out that love and say to the angels, yes, I accept and I want to go to the 5th dimension. Because don't forget, once we get to the 5th, it's a new ball game. So our vibration is higher. It allows us to heal. It allows us, there'll be no karma up there. They're getting rid of that, thankfully, especially when you think that we inflict it on ourselves, which is kind of crazy. And then they'll do the healing for us. We'll be able to speak to animals. We'll be able to speak telepathically to our partners or whoever we want to speak to. And it's just going to be a whole new ball game. I can't wait, to be honest. The sooner the better. So from what Metatron is saying, it's going to be rather sooner rather than later. I mean, I got the impression it'd be in the next 2 or 3 months. So now's the time to do the healing that we need to get done for our own selves, because we'll still sorry, put my teeth in. We will still continue to heal when we go to the 5th. It's just, if we can get rid of it here in the 3rd, because it's so much denser, it'll just make things easier when we cross over. So when we go to the 5th, our lights will shine. And the other thing that will happen is that when you speak to someone, say, I don't know, say you're annoyed with someone, you say, oh, you cut me off in traffic and you're annoyed. You will know straight away how they feel about that, and you will feel their apology. And then you can release that straight away, so you're not internalizing it like we've been doing all these years, and it allows it to go, and it's gone, and that's the end of it. Because you will feel the pain that you've inflicted on them, and they will also feel the pain they inflicted on you by doing that. And it's just going to be a huge vibration shift, and it's what we as humans will get from it. It's just going to be amazing. I can't be so thankful to my guides and angels for letting me have insight on this and to know what's coming, and it's going to be profound, and it'll just change everything. And as I said before, Saint Germain has said he's the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius has been brought in. And we also had Mother Mary pop in this week. She is our feminine side, obviously, and she said that the masculine side is very heavy at the moment. Sorry, and that's all these wars and things. And again, she said the same thing as Saint Germain. Do not see them as victims, because you hold them in that pattern. So all we can do is to thank them for their service, for the ones that are bringing these things to the front, or bringing up the dirty washing, if you like, and just thank them for the service and for all those souls that have crossed over, because they did that to highlight a situation so it can be dealt with, by bringing it up and showing the world this is wrong. And there's a lot of things wrong in our world, but when we move to the 5th, all these things will be corrected. And already with the vibration from the sun, all those lovely solar flares that we're having, each time we're getting more light brought down to our soul. So our soul is opening up within us and allowing the light to shine out, and that's what we need, getting us away from the darkness, getting us away from the 3D dense vibration. And like I said, our part of it, in my eyes, is quite simple. We do as much healing as we possibly can. The other thing to remember is your journey is your journey. It's no one else's. I can't step in and help you in your journey. I can give you advice and tell you a few shortcuts maybe, but I can't get in there and help you on your path. I can shine my light so that you can follow, but that's all I can do. So there's a situation this week, a lady was saying about someone in her family who's been very cantankerous and very unhelpful, let's say, and she was struggling as to what she should do with her. And that's her path, there's nothing we can do to help her, but what we can do is not allow the insults to penetrate us. Just let them wash off over your head like a duck to water, because she is spitting that venom out because she's very sad and angry and probably scared, but someone like that is very hard to deal with and talk to. And we as light workers should not take that energy on, because it's not ours to take. So there's no need for us to take it, just let her spit her venom if that's what's going to make her happier, and then just get rid of it, and do not let it penetrate your heart, because it's not yours to take, and we can't help her on her path apart from to try and give her guidance. But people like that rarely want to hear guidance. They're always right, and that's the end of it. So for that lady, she struggled with that as to what to do with this person, and it was really hard to make her understand that she can't help her. That lady has to do what she's going to do, because that's why she came here. And whatever happened to her in her childhood has shaped her the way she is. And also remember that that person shaped my lady as the person she is, and made her a gentler soul, because she had such harsh treatment from the other lady. And it's like yin and yang, and it's the balance. So you just have to balance these things. And we could have also asked for a person like that to come into our life to teach our soul a lesson, which is always very hard to hear. I remember when I first learned that, I was horrified. I thought, my God, why would we do something as daft as that? But it took a while to settle in. And once I grasped a hold of it and understood truly what was going on, I realised, this is the way forward. And for us, what the angels want is for us to shine our light and be ready for the ascension, So lift your vibration through music, through laughter, whatever you'd like to do, and just enjoy life for what it is. No matter how dark life is, if we look for the bright side of it, we will find it. And it may just be one little thing. It may just be that nice warm cup of coffee in the morning, or tea, and that'll start you. And you just look around you and be thankful for your clothes, your desk, whatever it is, your job, the people that are good to you. And then it will start a snowball effect, and it'll get bigger and bigger, and you'll think, oh my God, I have so much in my life that I take for granted. And we have running water. A lot of countries don't have that still. And we have sanitation facilities. It's huge what we have, how we've moved forward in life. And we just need to be grateful for all those things, for the engineers who brought them, for the people who build the roads, whether they're good or bad. We can get from A to B in a very timely fashion now without hardly any inconvenience. Whereas before, back in the early 1900s, you walked, or if you were wealthy, you had a carriage, and that's how it was. So there's so much to be grateful for, that we can go to a big superstore to get our shopping, for instance, where even as a child, I remember being sent to 4 or 5 different shops to get bread from one, meat from another, and eggs from another, and things like that. We don't have that now. It's all there conveniently in one shop for us. So we have so much to be grateful for. But we just get into the mode of, we don't even see things anymore because we just take them for granted. So we just have to come back to ourselves and see what we have, and just send out that gratitude and that love, and it comes back to you tenfold. So with all that said, I will start the healing, because I can see my guides behind me. They're just amazing. I love my guides and my angels. And the angels, they respond so quickly. You just ask for help, and that's all we have to do. It's immense. So if you're there and you have the opportunity to sit quietly in a chair, please do, and close your eyes and go out in your garden if you wish, and just let the vibration of the healing come to you. And no matter when you watch this video, because it's energy and we are energy, everything is energy, that vibration of love and healing will come to whoever watches it. And that's the wonderful thing about it. That's why there's so much more from our guides, trance channels and things like that, because it goes into the recording, and no matter when you see it, that vibration is there and you will feel it. So as I said, if you just close your eyes and just relax, open your heart and allow the energies in, and they will do the rest, and you can say, I accept the healing, and just allow it in fully, and ask them anything you want, and they will help you in any way they can. So with that, I will just invite my divine saint guides and angels in to start the healing.
If you had the opportunity to relax and close your eyes and accept the beautiful healing from the guides and angels, you can now, when you're ready, slowly come back to the present, and you can listen to this recording anytime you like, and you'll get the healing energies come through again. Archangel Metatron said to remember he's the light carrier, and to call upon him and the other angels to help us rise to the fifth. And he said that this is the first time that they've ever asked humanity to do this. So this is a new action that they've taken, and that's why they're so keen to help us, because they want us to succeed. And we can do our part, as I said. We can lift our vibration and then call them, ask them out, say your words, and they will respond as best they can. And they come through so quickly. And Mother Mary, she always feels like she's put a shroud on me. She's here to bring compassion back to the world, and boy, do we need it. But we're in for a rocky ride for a couple of years, so there's no point whinging about it. We just need to go day by day, step by step, and be thankful and send out the gratitude for everything that we have. As it is in America, there's so many people being washed away, and hurricanes and tornadoes, they're taking a real beating. But all these things have to happen. You have to clear out, pull out the weeds, if you like, to allow new growth to come in. And for us as humans, because we don't have that full understanding, we see it as something bad when in fact it's not. It's something good. It's cleaning away bad energies and things like that, and highlighting situations that need to be dealt with and have the light shine on them, so they can be erased. And so remember, Saint Germain is here with the violet light, and Elohim carries the light, so you can call on the two of them to bring in the violet light. Elohim actually has the fire, he has the violet fire, and Saint Germain brings in the light. And you can call on those two in particular for heavy duty healing, and you just sit and you bring in the violet flame or a violet candle, whatever you can envisage in your mind, even if you just hold the colour violet in your mind and then ask them to come in and transmute your healing, say you've got liver disease, you ask them to help heal that and transmute the mutant genes back to love, and just go through your body and work on it and ask them to transmute the mutant genes back to love. You can actually look up on the internet what the actual genes are and get the mutation, write them on a piece of paper and hold a piece of paper as you invite them in to bring the violet flame and the violet light, and it really helps to clear those energies and transmute them back to love. So with all that said, I will leave you this week and with my
love and light and the beautiful healing energies from the guides and the angels. And my gratitude for you coming and listening to what I have to say and what the angels and guides have to say. And with that, I'll leave you, and I wish you all a wonderful week. And remember, love and gratitude is the way forward, and things are improving. You know, it's going to get better. And remember to ask all the time for help. Don't do it on your own, because you're not on your own. They're there beside us, dying to help us. So please allow them in. And thank you. Goodbye.